thank you all, everyone, for coming out here. I know that today you might have wanted to do some other things, but you were all willing to take the time out of your day to come here to this Eagle Scout Court of Honor. I know that we have some young scouts. I know we also have some older scouts. I know that we have people who didn't even come here because they were in scouts, but more so we knew who they were, whether it be from family or from friends. But before I make my regards, Mr. Lunchik, I would like to also give you the mentor pin from my side of this. If I can keep it. There it is.
It's a good thing the backing didn't fall off of it.
Yes. But thank you very much for all of your hard work.
It was my pleasure working with you guys.
But that looks very good on your. Even though there are only 12 parts of Scout law: trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. I feel like there should be a 13th. Every time in a Life Scout Board of Review you are asked if you could add one thing to the Scout law, what do you think you would add? For me, I'd add honorable. A Scout should be honorable. He should take credit only where he deserves it, and he should be indebted to those who gave it all for him. Every part of his day should be focused not on looking toward the future, but remembering the past and remembering the sacrifices made for him. Before I start, I would like to honor a few of the many people from my scouting career who are important enough to me that I remember them and that they be noted for their assistance. Mrs. Christy Gilbaugh and Mr. Brian Gilbaugh, my parents, who were not just my den leaders and Cub Scouts, but the reason why I stand here today, because without them I would not have been in Scouts. When I first moved over into Troop 320, they became adult leaders, and whenever there were times when I felt like I couldn't go on my Eagle Scout project, or on my Eagle Scout rank, or on merit badges, they were always there to help push me forward. This is Sarah Poitras, my first den leader in Cub Scout Pack 356. When we had first moved from California to North Carolina, we were looking for a pack to join, so that way Patrick and I could further increase in the ranks of scouting, and Mrs. Poitras was willing to be our first Cub Master. Mr. Darrell Poitras and Mr. Neil Haggard, my Cub Masters from Pack 356, and again, like with Mrs. Poitras, without them, I don't know where I would have gone in Scouts. In fact, I don't even think I'd be here today had it not been for their help as well. Mr. Glenn Traylor, the best head Scoutmaster I could ever ask for, and a wonderful friend, giving up his time constantly, not just to help me with merit badges, but more so as well to teach me lessons that I could use in the future. Mr. Sam Prestipino Sr., my Nova counselor for the Luis Alvarez Supernova Award, the Charles H. Towns Supernova Award, and the Bernard Harris Supernova Award. Had it not been for him, I would not have been able, at the last Court of Honor, to have been able to have worn 3 bronze medals, all with the Supernova logo on them. Mr. Kurt Lunchik, a wonderful mentor, man, friend, and Eagle coach, who sacrificed the time he could have spent at home with his family to assist me over the course of a very tough and rigorous Eagle Scout project. Mrs. Diane Lunchik, who was absolutely crucial in plant ideas for my Eagle Scout project, and was a valuable donor of plants and information as to where I could get other plants to help out with the school garden. Everyone who was willing to take the time out of their day in March and April to help me out with my Eagle Scout project. It is not just the Life Scout who is working on the project that makes it successful, more so the men and the women who he works alongside. And lastly, the following people: Mr. Elliot Clodfelter, Mr. Riley Haggard, and Mr. Andy Barbalescu, for being wonderful scouts, friends, and a few of the main reasons why I intend to stay in Scouts BSA long after my 18th birthday. My father once said to me, "Dreams don't come true, goals do." All of these people decided to make it their goal to help me rise through the ranks of scouting and are a part of the reason that I am here today. They need to be recognized for all of their hard work in both helping myself and others in getting to the prestigious honor of the Eagle Scout rank. And if not for these people, some of the things that I was able to do in scouting, well, I wouldn't have been able to do them. My experiences in scouting haven't usually been based on myself, more so they have been based on others. Things such as how we worked together, how we grew together, how we rose together, how we played together. Not as a bunch of boys running around on a school day at recess, no, but as brothers, as family, as men. Take a look around you. What do you see? You see families all together at different tables and in different ways. And yet, you do not need to have a sibling or a parent or a relative to be family. Troop 320 is my family. There's no opposing argument there. But in some cases, we need the family we were raised by in order to accomplish things. And in others, we need other families. When I was at a scuba diving camp in June, I had no relative family to me. But that changed when I was with, for those 10 days, those 6 boys. All of them became another family, not just for me, but for all of us. We're that family, and we still are today. Had it not been for my friend and brother, Dace, I would not have had a buddy for the dives, and I would not have been certified. I would not be able to think about doing things like the scuba diving merit badge if he was not willing to be my buddy. Sometimes, whenever I was down while I was there, I would get quiet. I felt like I had nothing. But even when I had nothing, I had my brothers: Dace, Amani, Cole, Oliver, Lachlan, and Andrew. Even though we were from different areas and in many cases different states and backgrounds, and even though we were of different ages and we only knew each other for 10 days, we clicked like it was nothing. All 7 of us, working in harmony, and we did not let struggles hold us back. I still talk to those men today because we still know each other and remember the time that we each gave up for one another, not because we wanted to all succeed, but we did it, and in the process, brought each other up like brothers do. Take a look around your table. The people at your table are the family you were raised by. They brought you up from your darkest, most perilous moments. They fed you, cleaned you, and provided you with your basic needs. Now look around the room. Notice all of the Troop 320 boys and guests. These guys are also your family. When you said that you had a goal, they did everything that they could to help you pursue that goal. But it is not about how we pursue goals, but more so how we give thanks to those who gave it all for us. If you take a look at some of these people, well, you may or may not know them. Some of these guys, however, have had a similar journey to you. They too have family who has helped them get through trying times. When I talked to my dad recently, while I was out at Florida Sea Base, we got to talking about how our day went, and well, we had a rough one. When I was frustrated about one of the people on my trip, he said to me, quote, "You control what you can. If you can say you have, you've done your part. If you haven't, you owe it to them to make it right, even if they aren't doing it themselves. Always strive to do your best and let God take care of the rest." So the lesson that I want you all to take from this is that after everything that you or your families will go through in life, always go back to your roots and be grateful for everything that they gave for you. For there is nothing greater that you could pay them back than gratitude and the everlasting love that you all will share. Thank you.